Starlight Storytime. Level 4, Reader 5. No Place Like Home. Let's have a look at the cover of this book. The title of this book is No Place Like Home. The author of this book is Shabano Bilgrami. The illustrator of this book is Shireen Syed. Can you recognize the characters on the cover? That's right, it's the Ahmed family. I see Mum, Dad, Raza, Sara, and Nida. Mum is holding a letter in her hand and she's smiling. I wonder what the letter is about. Do you know what no place like home means? Do you think your home is special? I think my home is special too. There's no place like home because we all think that our homes are special, filled with the ones we love. Let's turn to the first page. One morning there was great excitement in the Ahmed house. "Mom, Dad!" exclaimed Raza. "Look what I have!" "What is it, Raza?" asked Sara. "Tell me too." Me too, squealed Nida. Everyone gathered around Raza. "Look," he said, "I printed this out. It's an email from my pen pal, Sarbaz." "Pen pal? What's that?" asked Nida, puzzled. She looked at the pen in her hand. "Is this a pen pal?" "A pen pal is a friend whom you write to," laughed Raza. "Yes," said Dad. "In the old days, when I was a little boy, we used to post letters to our pen pals. Now it is easier and faster to send emails." "But I also send Sarbaz postcards and letters for fun sometimes," added Raza. Let's turn the page. Raza showed everyone the email from Sarbaz. There were some beautiful photographs of his home in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa or KP province. Like Raza, Sarbaz was 6 years old and in class 1. "Oh, it's so beautiful," sighed Mum. "One day I would love to visit Sarbaz and his family." "Me too," said Sara. "Please, Mum and Dad, may we go someday?" Mum and Dad nodded and smiled. Raza read Sarbaz's letter to his family. Everyone enjoyed hearing about Peshawar, the city where Sarbaz lived. In many ways, it was like Karachi. In many ways, it was different too. "Look," Raza told his sisters. "Sarbaz has 2 younger sisters and 1 older brother. He's in the middle, just like me." "Oh, look at that beautiful picture," pointed Sara. "What mountain is that?" "Sarbaz says it's called Tirich Mir. It's part of the famous Hindu Kush range," said Raza proudly. "When I grow up, I want to be a mountain climber." Let's turn the page. Sarbaz says that in the winter it gets very cold, much colder than the rest of Pakistan. In fact, sometimes it even snows in some parts of the province. Nida imagined what it would be like to play in the snow. She could build snowmen and have a snowball fight with Raza and Sara. "I wish we had snow here," she said. "Me too," agreed her brother and sister. "That would be a strange sight indeed," laughed Mum. "I'm not sure if I would like that," added Dad. Can you imagine what it would be like if it snowed near your house? Look at these scenes. It doesn't look like Toto is enjoying himself though. Let's turn the page. Raza sat at Mum's desk and wrote an email to Sarbaz. He thanked him for the pictures and the email. Then he told Sarbaz what Karachi was like. He told him about going to the beach and splashing in the waves. He described beautiful Kinjar Lake in Sindh and the sweet guavas of Larkana. Later that night, Mum smiled when she saw Raza still holding Sarbaz's email. She gently took the papers from his hand and placed them on his bedside table. "Sweet dreams," she whispered. "I'm sure you'll be dreaming of mountains and snow tonight." Let's turn the page. The following week, Mum and Dad told the children they had a surprise for them.
"Oh, what is it?" asked Nida. "Are we getting a new pet?"
"No pet, squawked Toto from his cage. Mum laughed. "No, Nida and Toto, we are not getting a new pet. Sarbaz's family has invited us to visit them in Peshawar." Raza's eyes shone.
"Really? I'm going to meet my pen pal in person? Hooray!"
The Ahmed family traveled from Karachi to Peshawar by airplane. Sarbaz and his father picked them up at the airport. As they drove to Sarbaz's house, Nida and Sara looked out of the window.
"This is beautiful," said Sara, smiling at Mum. "Thank you so much for taking us on this wonderful trip."
At Sarbaz's house, Nida made friends with his two little sisters, Gul and Afia. Sarbaz showed Raza and Sara the garden. Then he told them some news.
"Tomorrow we're all going to the famous Khyber Pass," he said proudly.
Sara and Raza were so happy that they danced around the garden. The next morning, Sarbaz's parents packed a delicious picnic lunch. Everyone got into the van. Raza watched in excitement as they drove out of the city of Peshawar and towards the mountains. "Don't worry, children," said Sarbaz's dad. "The drive is about an hour long. When we arrive, we will have our lunch." Raza was pleased. He was already starting to feel hungry. "Look, children," called out Sarbaz's mum. "There is the Bab-e-Khyber, the entrance to the famous Khyber Pass." Nida, Gul and Afia began to clap. Sarbaz's older brother, Behroz, took pictures with his camera.
"I can't believe it," Sara said. "I've always wanted to see this."
The van passed under the gate. The road through the mountains went up and down. It made Raza's stomach feel a bit funny.
"Auntie," he said, "is it okay if we stop for a little while? I feel sick."
Sarbaz's mum replied, "Of course, Raza. We will get off at the next rest stop. It is time for lunch." Let's turn the page. At the next rest stop, everyone got out of the van. Raza took a deep breath of fresh air. This was the most amazing place he had ever seen. They had their lunch and talked about the Khyber Pass. "Did you know," said Sarbaz's dad, "that the Khyber Pass was part of the famous Silk Road? The Silk Road once went all the way to China."
"China? Really?"
asked Raza, his eyes big.
"Come on, Raza and Sara," said Sarbaz. "Let's play hide and seek."
The children played for an hour. By the end of it, they were happy and tired. Raza saw Sarbaz's parents putting away the picnic things. Mum and Dad were taking pictures. Suddenly, Raza saw a beautiful animal near the trees. It was a Kabul markhor.
"Sara," he whispered, pointing. "Look."
"Please take a picture of us," Sara asked Mum. Mum took the photo before the markhor ran off. "You two are so lucky," said Mum. "Not many kids can say they had their photograph taken with a markhor."
"I still can't believe we actually visited Sarbaz in Peshawar,"
Raza said to Sara when they got back to Karachi. They were looking at the photograph album of their trip to the KP province.
"Yes, it was like a dream come true," Sara agreed. "I hope that Sarbaz and his family will come to visit us soon. I want to show them Clifton Beach and Frere Hall.
And I want them to meet Toto and Bobo, laughed Nida. She gave her pets a great big hug.
Maybe they can bring a markhor with them?
Squawk! No place like home, said Toto, flying out of Nida's arms. That's true, Toto, Raza smiled. There really is no place like home. For Sarbaz, it's Peshawar, and for us, it's right here in the city of Karachi.